Hello everyone, it's TammyT2009. Are you guys ready for another model train video? I know I am. Now my collection is quite small, considering the fact that I only have 6 engines and no rolling stock. But still, I plan to get some rolling stock. But today, we're going to be doing another project video. You may be asking, well, what is this project? Well, if some of you know, I've made a Hornby TV show accurate Thomas. But this is my first attempt, and what I actually plan to do is turn this into something else. Now, if you guys are wondering, I am going to get another Thomas to make this one. But let me explain why. It's because this Thomas is dark blue, which was actually incorrect. I thought this was the right shade. But Thomas is light blue, so I'm going to get another one of these trains to make into Thomas. And I want to ask you guys something. Would you rather me put a CGI face on this or a model train face? Some of you guys may be a little upset that I'm doing this, but don't worry, things will get better. I will get a new Thomas to replace this one. I'll make a new Hornby Thomas, don't worry. But we're going to be turning this into one of my favorite characters. Rosie, the pink shunter. Now, I quite like Rosie. She's a pretty cute engine. And I liked the episode Thomas and the Birthday Mail, as well as Splish, Splash, Splosh. So we're going to be turning this into Rosie. So, if you guys can think of any other model trains you want me to do, tell me in the comments. I have so many requests. I still don't have the Bachman James yet, but I will get him soon. I know Trainboy17 is looking forward to James. But enough of me talking, let's get started. Now before we get to the painting process of Rosie, I want to point out that I actually 3D printed 2 of the small domes she has, as well as her lamp. Now I don't think the pink Rosie has a lamp, but I decided to add that, just because. Now, if you want me to, I can actually get another one of these and paint into a red version of Rosie if you'd like. But we're going to let the glue dry here, and then we'll paint her. Now it is time to start painting Rosie. So what we're going to be doing is painting her lavender. Some people call Rosie pink, but to me she looks like this sort of color. But anyways, let's get started. And while I'm painting Rosie, I thought I'd talk about a few things. So there was something I wanted to mention about the Bachman James, since I don't have him yet. I saw that Diecast Engines actually has Bachman James. He bought it off eBay for like 120 bucks. And I quite liked his review of the James and his thoughts. So he was thinking about putting a Trackmaster CGI face on James. But when I get the Bachman James, I don't think I might do that. Also, I am thinking about getting another Bachman Thomas to put a CGI face on it, as well as getting another one so I can do a body swap with Roger, like a motor swap, since his motor is dodgy. I probably need to have said that in the Bachman Percy review. But if some of you guys want to know, I plan to get another Thomas to make Duck from Thomas No Gauge, and I plan to give that chassis to Roger, so that Roger has a better time running, and so that I could probably give Duck freewheeling, like how Mega Hedgehog X had his O-Gauge Duck. But it was actually Reverend James Paul who originally owned Duck, but just gave to Mega Hedgehog X. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Reverend James Paul has a new channel named Thomas No Gauge, and that's where he made a new model of Duck. And I saw a video that he made not too long ago where he made a custom Lion Chief Edward using a Lionel James. I got inspired to do that, so I thought of getting a second Bachman James just to make the Lionel Edward custom that Reverend James Paul made, otherwise known as Thomas No Gauge. So that's what I plan to do. There are a few other customs that I'm wanting to make. Like, some of you guys asked me if I could make Sonic the Steam Engine and a Bachmann fan, the E2. Those are some pretty good ideas. But I want to explain some other things I have planned. So I thought of getting a Bachmann Diesel, but I'm wondering what version I should get. Like the Grumpy Diesel or the Happy Diesel. I can't decide, because Grumpy Diesel looks actually more like Diesel, because Diesel's not always happy all the time. I mean, sure, he likes to cause mischief, but sometimes he's very grumpy. Like how crazy Bartholomew is in Thomas No Gage. And another thing I was wanting to make was a Bachmann Timothy. The gray silver tank engine with the number 0 on the sides. That's one idea I have, so I can have the Mega Hedgehog X trio back together, which consists of Thomas, Roger, and Timothy, if you guys watch Mega Hedgehog X. And I thought about getting a Bachmann Aryan Burt just to make Splatter and Dodge. Then after that, I probably might get some more Aryan Burts to replace those two. But maybe you guys can decide for me. I mean, I got a lot of requests, which is pretty good. So now the first coat has been applied to Rosie. We'll come back when she's fully painted in this color, and then we'll do the decals. Alright guys, so now the second coat of Rosie is done. So what we're going to do is paint where I messed up here red, and probably paint the windows as well. So while I'm doing this, I thought I'd go over some other things. So I saw a video that the E2 family posted, which was him unboxing some new wooden railway engines he got. And I quite liked that video. I mean, I'm pretty excited about what he has in store for me. Like, he's got some new custom ideas he's going to use for the engines that he has. The 6 engines. He had 6. So I think he got a Toby, Percy, Diesel, Salty, James, and Thomas. He plans to turn the James into his own OC. I mean, one of his OCs, that's a 3F. And one of my favorite ideas he has is turning the Percy into Liz. That's something I wanted to see ever since he made a Trackmaster Liz. So I look forward to seeing the next custom model segment. And he said that Crulia has Emily's face with evil eyebrows. And the front part's complete of Crulia. And I've got a question for the E2 family. It's about the TSFC's number 4. So he said the TSFC's number 4 is going to be a 3F and will also be equals girlfriend. But I want to know what face she has and what color she is. I also like to point out that I have a new OC that I came up with. It's a 3F, and she's pink with the number 5. And I don't think she has any lining, like how Silver used to not have lining. And that engine's name is Amy, and she has Taylor's face. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to ask Mom to scan Taylor's face on her phone and print it. So that way I won't have to draw Taylor's face again, because I would like Amy's face to be perfect. So, yeah. I mean, I have a suggestion for the E2 family to make Amy my OC. I mean, the Thomas Wood James is supposed to come in the mail tomorrow. I actually bought another James today. That James came in the mail that I'm going to turn to silver. But tomorrow I will paint the other James into Amy, my OC. And I also like to say that I've got some other new models as well. Over here we've got two new diesels, which are going to be made into Ari and Bert. I'll turn the old Ari and Bert models into Hunter and Shunter. And this engine over here, this is Blossom. And if you want to know, Blossom is from the Powerpuff Girls. So I think Blossom's looking pretty cute. And if you guys ask me, yes, I will make Bubbles and Buttercup to go with Blossom. But I've got a question for all of you. So, do you guys, have you seen the Powerpuff Girls? If you have, do you guys like the Powerpuff Girls or do you hate the Powerpuff Girls? Tell me your opinion in the comments below. For me, I've watched a couple episodes of the Powerpuff Girls, and I think they're pretty cute. I mean, I think Blossom here looks pretty adorable. So, we'll come back when these parts are dry.